ad.
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of the respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice. GM, welcome back to More Than Speculation. Wow, dude, it's almost the end of the year. We finally have some pullback in the markets. What are your thoughts for the rest of the year and for Q1? Are you buying this dip?
Bro, I bought the dip and I just sold it. So like every so I have this swing trading bag that is called my faith hopium no TA bullshit trading bag.
Yeah.
It's like every bull or semi-bull market is that they always pull back aggressively, and I just put like limit orders in like places that just randomly hits, and I would just sell it in a day or two because it always rebounds. And then this strategy somehow is very profitable. That's why grid trading works. But like I never had the effort to set it up or monitor it properly. But it's just some fun thing I do. But yeah, so
wait. Do you mind going a bit deeper about like how the mechanism works?
So let's say if Bitcoin was 100K, I would always set price at like 95, 91, 90, 89, because like you want to have like those flash dips or whatever fuck, right? Yeah. And then typically they will bounce up within a few days or a week. But I will only do this for Bitcoin and ETH because I don't mind buying at whatever prices. But those are like my cash money that I kind of need time to time, so I just put it there, and then like I think I made like 5 or 6% randomly, just like that, like over this mini dip. So I was like, all right, that's not bad. It's better than you farming in some sense if you're looking for majors. Yeah. So that's something that I'm doing. Like initially it started off with, let's say if I have $100 that I can't spend it on crypto, but that I might need cash. Should I do yield farming or should I just buy a thing? And then I realized that when the market is volatile enough, I just put a very limit order and hope it hits. And then if you buy it, then you can sell when it goes up a little bit. If not, you just put it into Aave and just lend out the $30 that you need time to time. Yeah. So it's like, so once I got that set in, I just casually put some money in one of the centralized exchange and do that.
This actually, I think that's a very good strategy in the bull market because like everything, of course, tends to go up and to the right, and you want to be able to buy those dips for sure. But
you also need money to sideline. That means you have money to sideline.
Yeah. You're not fully exposed. Yeah. No, but I've been. So for our listeners at the time of the recording, I think Bitcoin is at around 95. We had like some dump from like 99K back to 91. Now we're at around 95. I've been thinking it's going to be a slow 45 days or so. We're entering December. Funds are going to be doing their end of the year accounting. Fundraising is going to be slower. There's no more conference circuit. Like a window dressing and all of that. And then like people are waiting for Trump's inauguration. So I don't know. I have been trying to assess whether or not people are bullish in Q1. Without naming names, it feels like the large majority of managers that I know are quite bullish. They feel like we might get those flash dips that you mentioned. But I think most people are still thinking that we're going way above 100K. So I want to share this one tool, this one tweet of mine. So again, if you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, go to YouTube and you will be able to see what we're sharing on our screen. But I saw this MVRV ratio analysis from what? Sorry, I'm probably going to need to fast forward this. What is going on with X? Fucking Elon Musk. Okay, wait. It's not this one. Sorry, yep. Okay, so I saw this MVRV analysis from NIDIC, but basically the TLDR, like MVRV is the market value of Bitcoin compared to its realized value. So realized value just basically means what is the cost basis of the large majority of Bitcoin out there right now. So like it's trying to see when people are buying and when it's being moved on chain to know what's the cost basis, right? And every single cycle, we never actually hit the implied target, right? Because that's crazy. But there's an interesting trend that you can see here. So the ratio itself has been going down by around 20-30% every peak, basically, right? And that would put us in this cycle at a peak of around 3.2, which is going to be roughly between like 112 to like 120K. So I think a lot of people are looking at that first target to see whether we will have the continuation. But yeah, I want to get your thoughts on it, bro. Like, do you have any price prediction? Is it going to be like 150K? Because I think 150K is 1 million RMB, right? So the mainland Chinese are going to be.
Ah, man. Okay. First off, sometimes I feel like those data is just a way to solidify my shield point. I only take those to help myself to get more people to buy Bitcoin. Full disclosure. That 100%. Personally, I don't really believe. So I believe the logic in it, yeah, but I don't think it works that well because like essentially you're saying that like people will dump based on how much they got. So that's why how far it can go. But I think these data is the sample size is so large that it's probably not true in some sense. But it's just good reference. But I do think the next barrier might be. I actually think it might really be 1 mil RMB for real. Because like it's just like I think there's so much Chinese in Bitcoin. It's almost as much as US. So 100K is hard to break. The next one gonna be hard to break is gonna be 1 mil RMB. But I don't know is that just me fantasizing or not. But like I hope that happens. You know, I hope that happens.
I heard from my colleague that that's one apartment at a tier 2 China city. Let's go.
No, not even tier 2. I think borderline. I think 1.5 you can get a house like that. Because I actually have one of them as well. It's only like what? It's only like 100K US for one. And
guys, in our next session, we will be talking about real estate in our another podcast. But yeah, no, but jokes aside, like from a fun perspective, here's like one incentive alpha that I want to share with our listeners. Right, every action that people do, you have to look at what's their incentive, right? And right now, you know that Bitcoin almost hit like 100K. I'm starting to see the narrative that's being pushed. It's still the same, but it's not entirely the same compared to like when Bitcoin was like 10K, 15K, 20K, right? And that narrative is basically national reserve, gold comparison, blah, blah. Because right now, these fund managers, they have to, again, like funds with outside capital, they have to raise for more money, right? And one of the theses that they're trying to put forth right now is this comparison that Bitcoin equal gold. I know that we have heard of that many times, but I'm starting to see, and again, I'm just going to name some of them. Like you can see Parify, like they have this like prediction, right? Again, they are great, smart guys, and I don't think the thesis itself is wrong because yes, I think given how crazy the financial market and the world is, there's still some potential for Bitcoin to go up. I mean, like it's literally the most successful ETF even compared to gold. So why can't it hit gold one day? Yeah, but that one day might be, I don't know, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, but it's a good business for fund managers to be in to basically shill that. I think that's like after the 100K and the 150K, that's going to be the next target. I think like 500K Bitcoin is like equal to gold at 10 trillion market cap or something like that. Yeah.
When is the last time you bought and held Bitcoin?
You're gonna expose me. Maybe I still have some small bags from like 2019, but no, I've not bought more.
Bro, buy more Bitcoin. Yeah. Like, because the thing is, if you think about it, the story makes sense. Just buy more. Yeah. Literally, just buy more. Because like it doesn't matter what price it is right now. It's like it's not about where we are, but where we're going. And Bitcoin is going higher. The only argument to not buy more Bitcoin is that if you have better things to buy. Like maybe for someone that's very in touch with the industry, there's more risk.
There's some hope in it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is genuinely how I think actually. I literally want to buy more Bitcoin all the time, but I just don't have enough stables.
I don't disagree. And I'm going to say one more thing. Again, I hope this is not boring for some of you, but I think people genuinely underestimate what it means when Bitcoin gets more integrated with index funds. Like one of the reasons why... one of the reasons why and like Nvidia just shot up like crazy because literally all of your grandparents are forced to buy it in one way or another. They don't know it because it's part of the S&P, right? And that's why like when like Tesla wanted to get into the deal like S&P and blah blah, and Bitcoin is the only asset that I can see in the next 5 to 10 years that's slowly going to be more integrated into that, right? Like all of these people are going to be pushing it. Like ETH maybe too, but the difference between gold and silver is a lot, right? So yeah.
Let me explain in detail terms. Bitcoin is not even in the real world TradFi Ponzi scheme yet, and it is going to be entered in it. So yeah, all right. I sound
Index
like a
funds
Bitcoin
are the real world TradFi Ponzi scheme.
percent. Man, I feel like I'm shilling Bitcoin too much. Let's
Okay,
talk
okay.
about what's happening on
Next
chain
topic.
and what kind of
Yeah.
narratives is going on.
I want to share one with you, and then maybe I'll just frame it to you. I want to get your take on it, and if you have anything you want to share with me, let me know. But I've been thinking, and I've been getting quite pilled by, I think, crypto AI, but specifically around the tokenization and the degeness around agents. That might be the one that brings retail back. Because I think it has the perfect blend of IQ 50 and IQ 150. You can convince the smart nerds, right? Just like how back then we convinced like the smart Wall Street people. Look at DeFi, when in reality, a lot of the experiment that we did in 2020 was just like the exact same thing that Wall Street has done, but it's just like much more degen and online, right? I have a feeling now that's kind of happening for the AI engineers. Of course, it starts with something like virtuals and gold, just something getting tokenized. But I really, right now, honestly, I cannot see any other verticals that might have that massive escape velocity for retail to actually shoot. This is very cool. I want to play with this. I want to degen $500. I want to degen like $1,000. There's many other sectors that I'm bullish on, like PayFi, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's going to be like very, very venture first, right? It's not going to be playable for retail. So what do you have to say about that?
For bigger picture, I agree. I think it's AI, IP, which is going to hit the mass adoption part. And then another angle that for people that are more in touch with the crypto market is that every chain is going to push for it to capture whatever narrative it is for the mass adoption. So let's say IP story protocol, it might be BNB trying to do more to recapture the attention, or Coinbase doing more things, whichever way. So like, I feel like what you mentioned just now is the themes, and then how people are, who are the best people to capture it. It will be chains or certain very talented DApps. But talented DApps is hard to find because you need a lot of funding to do AI properly. So I feel like it's going to be chains providing support to certain DApps and then making the chains basically supporting of AI. I've been looking what there are a few chains that are doing stuff to make themselves more AI like. But yeah, I agree with the overall directions basically.
Yeah, one exact point to what you just said is Clanker. So again, for our listeners, Clanker is basically the pump fund on Base. The only difference, I would say, you have to interact through Farcaster in order to like access it, basically. So you can simply tag Clanker in a post, and you can describe the token's name, the ticker, the image, blah blah, and then the Clanker CLANKER will automatically deploy the token on Base. They make the LP on UniV3. They have some transaction fee, blah blah, and from what we're reading right now, 40% goes to the token creator and 60% goes to Clanker, right? There's no initial liquidity or coding necessary. So again, I think this is one example that it's so funny, dude. I have no horrors on this. I would say I love both the ETH and the SOL community. I might sound like a suit right now, but I actually do. But it's so funny seeing like how some of the like high church, well, like who I'm talking about, like some of the ETH Maxi people, like
name them.
Yes, no, but okay, but like some of these ETH Maxi people on the timeline are like, look at like Solana is only being used for like degenerate, and yeah, I'm glad that Pump Fund turned off its streaming feature because that shit's nasty, bro. Like that's actually crazy. Like what's going on, right? So like I am glad, and they're right. It's absolutely degen, right? But you can't deny that meme helps bring more people on chain, even if it's initially, again, we talked about this in episode 1, like 500,000 new people trading memes. It's fine. 5,000 of them are going to be on chain users. Like you just have to go go through that route. And now with this, some of the crypto girlies, again, not financial advice. I don't have a bag. I'm not sure if you do, but some of the crypto girlies have launched this token called Blondie. And basically it's again, I don't know if it's like part of a campaign that Clanker does, or they just like very smart and a group of friends just decided to, hey, let's launch this. But like, I think it's interesting to see how quickly people revert when they see, oh, this works for my own chain, for my own tribe. So I guess the number one rule in crypto, man, just be chill, bro. Like all of us are just experimenting with like stuff here.
I'm always against the suits that don't even try the chain and claim they know everything and just call everything degen, right? Like, some DeFi guys, they DeFi guys, they say the TradFi guys, they don't know shit, they don't know the future of finance, blah, blah, blah. And then, but a lot of them actually look down on the degen on-chain players as well. So it's like the cycle of bullshit. But the thing is, like, there's not many people that actually go on-chain and do things, man. Shut the fuck up, like for real. Like I only just see, but the founder of MetaMask or something like that, I don't know him previously, but like he tried to launch 2 tokens.
Yeah.
And it was so clear that he was so out of touch for so long, and that's why Rebbe wallet is so much better than MetaMask. He launched 2 tokens, and then a lot of the MEV stuff, and then I think he got MEV'd a lot, and then got front run, and then it was just, I mean, like, bro, there's why some other people's product are better than you, and then like if you want to serve the mass, then serve the mass, but don't comment on areas that you don't know, right? That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm a big MetaMask fan, right? But like this shows like a lot of like how, and I don't blame them, right? Because the thing is, a lot of people in the industry have been hyperactive for so long. You have to take a break from it, basically. It's hard to not take a break, kind of thing. But yeah, back to Clanker. Yeah, I think it's interesting. So I actually bought it. I top blasted it without knowing all the details. I had
Blondie or the Clanker token?
Clanker. I just blasted it like so there's a few interesting things. First, the narrative is like, I think it's the first meme or the go-to meme or something. Then it's like Clanker have a lot of fees. This fee comes from the meme LP as well because it doesn't take a flat fee kind of thing. I haven't digged into it, but I can share more later on. But it's very interesting to see how ETH people are pricing memes and Solana people are pricing memes. Because I was talking to a lot of people on base and stuff like that. They were like, 100 mil, it's expensive. But if this was on Solana, 100 mil is nothing.
Yeah.
If you think about that. If you think about that, it's really nothing. Because so after I top blasted it, because I was so in the Solana valuation metric, and then I was doing work, and then people ping me. I was like, all right, 100 mil, fuck you, let's go. And then but turns out people don't like to buy more than 100 mil on EVM stuff. Turns out EVMs are jits compared to Solana. Yeah, but yeah, it's
gonna be the highlight reels of this. Turns out EVMs are jits.
mate, have you seen the ETH price compared to Solana? We are jits.
My god.
A lot.
No.
We are jits, bro. We are jits.
Oh my god. No. But yeah, that's one thing that sounds obvious when you say it out loud. But I've heard, I think Jordy from Selene Capital said this. There's way more TVL in ETH DeFi, but the velocity of capital is way smaller, right? Like those TVL are like rich whales that already kind of checked out, and they just park their money on Aave, and they're semi-retired. They're not paying 1%, 2% trading fee on photons because they're still trying to make it. So it's just a completely different profile. So even if you have like 7 billion more, the volume and just the speed in which those money is moving is way slower. Yeah, so I think that just like knowing that is very important in like designing the products that you want to launch on EVM versus on Solana. Yeah,
100%. But yeah, I'm actually quite bullish on it. So I don't know, am I being like the old generation, like the 2020 and 2021-ish traders where they still believe in every ecosystem should have something and you should long the ecosystem, those kind of things. And then like I don't know, have you been following, but Athena on BNB pumps like crazy as well.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and all Lister and everything. So like, you know how I took the trade of BNB chain underperform kind of thing, so I've actually bought a little bit of the ecosystem, so lucky for me. But I think the same thing will happen with base the same thing will happen with mental as well. So you can just imagine, right? Let's just turn the script around. And if you are mental or if you are base team, you see BNB doing this to pump their ecosystem, and if it worked, let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks down the line, you would do the same or do better to help your ecosystem. And from that bet, you bet on the teams that will continue run the ecosystem. That's how I feel like, anyways.
Got it. No, that's interesting. Yeah, because Cheems was bad, but Thina was good.
Yeah. Sorry, come again? Chims?
Yeah. Cheems, I think Cheem dumb, right? Like post listing.
Nah,
So that
I'm
kind
still
of-
up 3x, so I don't care. Chims is the way for.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. One last thing on like still on the whole meta around memes, because again, unfortunately, folks, it's still the main driver of this cycle. What do you think about the TikTok meme? I've been kind of struggling with it.
I'm a chill guy. Like, let me. I'm just a chill guy, but
My God.
I think so. So I've been trying to reduce my meme exposure, but I end up still aping more. But like, I like chill guy. I like all the TikTok memes, just because I think it has the potential. Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase. I think it has a more clear effect in normies buying them than AI memes. Like, how are you gonna get an AI generated Instagram or TikTok generator? It's not as easy to get viral on there than Twitter. And there's not that many tech bros that will be like, "Are you serious? This is the AI." Like, it will take a lot more time. But whereas like TikTok meme, like chill guy is like, I'm chilling, and then memes just comes out, and then it's like a relatable version of Dogecoin for normies. That's what I think, anyways.
Any tips for our listeners? How do you become faster in knowing these kind of memes? How do you buy Cheems that early?
I don't like. I just talk to people and I top blast, and then so the thing is like seriously, like so. Well, like for me, right? My edge is I try to talk to a lot of people. I listen to other people. I'm not a maxi. So when I was long Binance and not long meme coins, my friend was like, if you long Binance, you should long meme coins anyways, because like every chain needs a meme coin, right? Kind of thing. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Then I longed it, and then slowly I realized a lot of meme coins right now, they don't last, or even if they last, they slowly go away because there's no main character.
Yep.
And Chims has Christian as the main character on Twitter. He basically represent the meme coin in a sense. So I'm under the impression of I want to long memes with a main character, because they are all in and pushing it in some sense. They're almost like team members in some sense, even though if they are not. So that's why I long memes. So it's like if someone can all in their reputation into a meme coin, I can lose a few $1,000s there, right? And then turned out to be a good bet. But obviously,
Right.
I didn't size it. I didn't do leverage, and also, but it's still good. It's still good money. It's still like what, like, yeah. Still good trade in general. And then don't not double down. Like, you know, a lot of times where, so
Don't not double down.
yes. So like when you see something you like, so I'm just talking from my experience, right? So when I see something I like, I ape 3 to 5 souls, and then just accordingly do it to your size. But when it pumps meaning like you need to check on the deck screener, is it just one guy buying it or multi people buying it? And if it's multiple people buying it, they're agreeing it in some sense. And then maybe instead of just be like, oh, I went 2x instead of 3x, you might want to consider to double down on it. Because again, it's about where it's going and not where it's at right now. And we're in bull market. So if you think your judgment in getting into this is right at the start, you should double down. And you will probably make more money than finding early memes, to be honest. But maybe because I don't have an edge in that as well.
No, I tend to think that's true because again, this kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier. But the edge of like finding trenches, you know, like 100K market cap to 5 million, that is only workable with a smaller pool of capital, right? Like once you want to be able to work with a larger base, then you have to double down. And it reminds me, like what you just said reminds me of what like George Soros said, right? You know, like when I see fire, he would go there and like make the fire bigger or something like that. But like he adds to the winner. Yeah.
I actually learned this by getting wrecked in Pendo, I would say. So I used to only do this with Bitcoin and ETH. And then most of the other coins, I would try to do a lot of yield farming strategies, a lot of wait for the dip to buy kind of moment. But like Pendo in 2023 just kind of skyrocketed in some sense, right? And then my exposure weren't that much, and I was taking profit on the way as well. But I have nothing against Pendo. I think the team is good, the project is good, blah blah blah. But it was just like the PTSD of losing too much money before. So when something's pumping, you feel the need to take profit, and I couldn't pull the trigger to double down more because it's still not BTC and ETH kind of thing. And this is something that I've been trying to improve. And yeah, so this is just my sharing, my personal
conviction.
Yeah. I have conviction,
for
but
sure.
like I have conviction to hold. I don't have conviction to add, which is I think is even harder, at least for me.
Got it. Right, man. Do you have anything interesting on the DeFi side that you want to share with the audience?
No, not really, but I can give you some highlight that stuff that I've been looking at this few days. So I've been looking at what a chain's doing to try to capture AI, and let me tell you that. So Base launched this AI SDK thing that basically helps developer to integrate easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, and then there's something like XMTP, so it's easier to communicate cross-communal. Aptos partner with 01 Labs that will launch and help more AI. Ana have a 10 mil grant specifically for AI projects. It supports decentralized GPU and AI workloads. Blah blah blah. Not a lot. Basically, I have some money and I have some ChatGPT and I have some blah 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 stuff. Sway partner with ATOMA. I cannot say it, but I'm going to say Atoma or something like that, an AI startup.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's basically like a tech team to have some sort of SDK plus holding someone's hand to do more AI stuff. And Chronos launched some AI-enabled application SDK thing, but I don't think it's fully launched yet. So like, and this is by me scanning every single chain and how they're tagging on the AI narrative. And you can see why I became more bullish on Base, because of how quick and implementation and the marketing on telling people how they're integrating. But yeah, so these are the stuff that I've been looking last week to see where the opportunities are. And then for DeFi, there are quite a lot of like incentives farms to pump the numbers, but I don't want to share it here because it's not that big. I don't want you guys diluting my farm. Zerk just launched their token.
Right.
I think it's not bad. They're gonna have some yield farming session there soon. I don't think it's full. It's live, and then you can farm points and some yield. I haven't taken into it properly yet, but I will update you next week. Puffer Finance pumped very hard the past 2 days, so I think they might be launching something soon. And I think it's fair, right? Because they were at like what 20 to 30 mil valuation as a restaking that has that much TVL before, and they're launching a Unify. Layer 2 with some strong backers, so they don't deserve to be this low kind of thing. Iden layer is showing some strength, pushing up. I'm guessing maybe some fee switch or some yield things might be starting soon after the team went for a Thailand holiday. So I'm guessing there might be some speculation there. I hope this brings back to some attention to restaking, which I'm looking at Mentos Coke. For some cheap valuation play. What else? I'm looking at mental ecosystem, like I said before, just to see some good risk and reward bet because it's cheaper right now because a lot of things have dropped a lot. What else is there? I think and Thena. So I'm not sure are you aware Thena the whole detail, but I'm guessing it's actually very. I think Thena will do well if a BNB continue to do well. Even though I sold my bags because I think it might be over speculated. But like if Thena does well, it's going to be like Aerodrome on Base, where it's going to give out incentives a lot better in some sense. Pancake actually have a similar model, in giving out incentives, which I think is perfectly fine. But in the chain's perspective, it might be just cheaper to support a new VE to support more stuff basically. But Pancake been slowly going up as well. Same with CKP as well. But yeah, it's very messy and there's too many stuff going on.
It's very
but
messy.
Nothing is catching up. I'm just shouting everything through. I want to see your face reaction to see is there anything that catches your attention that I would look deeper into. But yeah, I guess no.
No. I mean, I think I want to just add on to this. I think one good strategy to cash out, given you're very deep into DeFi, I like to cash out into DeFi farm. So in a way, you're still exposed, but you maintain some upside with lower downside instead of like fully getting into cash. Because I think you will be so FOMO'd when the market rallies, But like if you cash out and there's still like a few peak rally, like if you're exposed to like all of these like 30-40% yield farming, then you're probably gonna be fine. Yeah.
Again, last two things I forgot to mention. I think STX or Aptos and BNB might still have a run as majors because they're one of the few OG stuff that still haven't make a strong run, underperforming. But yeah.
Got it. All right, folks, that's it for this week's episode. We are going to be trying something fairly new. I'm saying this out loud for our accountability. So stay tuned to that. In the meantime, if you have any feedback for us, please comment on the show notes below or DM one of us on Twitter. And that's it. Until next time, man.
Peace.
Peace.